Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Let's see what you sent me here. Hey, Romeo, let me tell you what happened last night. I've been dating this guy for a few weeks, and last night we went back to his place, ready to jump into bed, but couldn't when I got there because he had photos of himself everywhere. What kind of weirdo does that? What kind of weirdo single man lives alone, has photos of himself everywhere? I would think, is that not normal? Well, I don't know. Is that normal? Not normal? I don't know. I don't have photos of me anywhere, so I don't know what that, I'm not really sure. All right, 42547. Yeah, I don't know what kind of weird, self-centered narcissist, I would say, has photos of himself everywhere. Man, I can go a couple of ways with this story. What have you found when you got back to his place, right? Or, well, you couldn't go through with it, huh? Already 42547. I don't know what you guys think. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. So a lady sent me this, says, hey, Rome, I've been dating this guy, or let me tell you what happened last night. I've been dating this guy for a couple of weeks, and last night we went back to his place, ready to jump into bed. Couldn't when I got there because he had photos of himself everywhere. What kind of weirdo does that? I don't know. Somebody who's proud of himself? I've never seen that before. I have never seen that before. RD42547. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Someone who's into themselves, someone who's a little self-centered, maybe. I knew when I was in college, I had a friend. He went back to this girl's place, and we were out at the club partying, hanging out, and it was one of those one night stand type situations, So we went back to her place, okay. And I was waiting for him because we were together, and he couldn't do it because he said she had condoms. Like, for some reason, the fact that she was prepared for safe sex at her house, he got turned off by that. So, it was weird. Yeah, I really didn't understand it either, but it only has to make sense to one person, right? All right, 842-547. What would you do? In fact, what would you do if you went back, if you were a woman, you went back to some guy's place and he had pictures of him everywhere, like this lady did the other night or last night? Would it turn you off? I mean, I don't know. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Lady texted me. She said, Rome, last night, let me tell you what happened. I've been dating this guy for a few weeks. Last night, went back to his place, was ready to jump into bed with him, but couldn't. When I got there, he had photos of himself everywhere. What kind of weirdo does that? I don't know. Is it really that weird? If you're a single man, single woman, living on your own, and you have photos up of yourself, is it really that strange? I don't really know if it is or if it isn't. All right, 842-547. Hey, Rome, you talking about going back to her place or his place? Well, I guess. Why? What do you got? Hey, Rome, one time I went back to her place and we were getting ready to jump in bed, and her two cats jumped into bed with us, and I couldn't do it. They just sat at the end of the bed watching me, and I couldn't handle that. So I never hooked up with her again. I left, never seen her again. Oh. I mean, hey, it happens. What are you going to say? Sometimes you go back to his place, you go back to her place, and sometimes once you get there, there's something about it that turns you off. I mean, it happens. I don't know if photos of yourself, I don't know why that would do it, but maybe self-centered. I don't know. People have photos. What would be the difference between you and your family, you having a family, or you being in a relationship and living together and having photos of your guy of you and your spouse or your girlfriend or your kids. What's the difference between you having those photos on your walls at your home than a single person having photos of themselves at their home? It's the same thing. Whoever lives in that house, I would think. Maybe not. All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Lady sent me a text message. Said last night, I guess she's been dating a guy for a few weeks, and they finally went back to his place. She was going to jump into bed with him. She said she couldn't, though, because he had photos of himself everywhere. She thought, what kind of weirdo has photos of himself everywhere? And as I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Maybe it's weird or maybe it's not. Like, people like to put photos in their homes, especially if you got kids or you're in a relationship to commemorate you. I mean, so why can't a single person do it, I guess? Right? RD42547. Hey, Rome, a room full of pictures of him would be a little weird, not gonna lie. Props to him for being confident, but that's odd. My rule with guys is if they are too handsome or have better eyebrows than me, it's a red flag. Well, that's interesting to say the least. Is it weird? I mean, would it be more normal? Did he have pictures of his mom and dad or siblings? I mean, would that be more normal? What would be normal for a single, let's say a single man or a single woman to have pictures of? And what were the pictures of? Were they like glamour shots, or were they pictures of him doing stuff? I mean, that's the other thing. If you're a single person and you do things and you take pictures to commemorate the moment, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about it. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley's Romeo. RD42547. So this is what I got. Hey, Rome, I gotta tell you what happened last night. I've been dating this guy for a few weeks. Last night we went back to his place for the first time. I was about to jump in bed with him, but I couldn't. When I got there, he had photos of himself everywhere. What kind of weirdo does that? I don't know if he's a weirdo for doing that. I mean, at first I thought, yeah, maybe he's kind of self-centered, but people like to have photos up in their houses. People like to have, memories around them. So what were the photos of? Rome, are they like JCPenney pictures, or are they pictures of him traveling cool places? That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's without knowing what the photos are they just of him? Or are they him with his friends? I mean, what is he supposed to have that, because people like to have photos up. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo. I hooked up with a guy one time who kept a picture of him and his ex-wife by his bed. I got to tell you, it was a little weird, but I still jumped in bed with him. He was hot. I mean, that's a little weird, right? I mean, what kind of photos are people supposed to have in their houses that weird you out? I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a very good question. I would like to know, though, like this last person said, were the photos of him like professional photos of him, or were they just pictures of him, and memories, doing stuff that he wanted to remember? That's a good question. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley's Romeo. All right, so Monday Night Football last night, you had the Cowboys and the Cardinals going at it. Now, we were just winging in the marketplace, which we had a great time out there. We're there every Monday night for Monday Night Football. I think next week we got who plays next week? The Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. But, boy, the Cowboys suck. I mean, they really do suck, man. They lost to the Cardinals with their backup quarterback. I mean, although I will say this, the Raiders, the backup quarterback for the Cardinals looks better than the Raiders starting quarterback. And the reason I say that is because Bissett has been in the league a long time. He's a pro. and he's been there a long time, but he's never got his shot to be a starter. And I don't know how he, as a quarterback, has never gotten a legitimate shot to be a starter. And you got, what's his name, just ruining the Raider organization right now. Well, what's his name? Geno Smith? Yeah. Oh, Geno just tanking. But he thinks he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. All right. 842-547-7. I know these Cowgirl fans don't want to talk about their team because them boys ain't them boys. They are sorry. And I am so sick of people. A friend of mine who's a Cowboy fan was, speaking of Cowboy fans, where's Roland at? But a friend of mine tries to argue how great Dak Prescott is as a quarterback. No. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are mediocre at best. Mediocre at best. It's embarrassing to say the least. RD42547. It's Romeo outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Ro?
What up, Ruben?
Hey, man, my girls are mad at me, Ro. You know what I mean? I got them for about like $60 last night, $20 each, the 3 little ones.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, Dad, you just need to go find a new team. I said, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna go support Chapter High. I said, I'm gonna go support them, baby girl. You're right. I said, 'cause Prescott, man, that's just embarrassing, dude. Like, he's way overrated.
What's embarrassing is that you're dumb. How do they not know? Why they're that typical dumbass Raider fan betting with their heart instead of betting with they got no common sense. What's wrong with you, Ruben?
You gotta be loyal, Dad. You gotta be this. I said, you call it what you want, but I got money in my pocket.
You gotta straighten them out, Ruben.
I know, Ron, but man, the old lady's right there next to him, like, babe, quit it. I'm gonna go support Chapter High.
And you gotta straighten them out. All right.
Chapter High probably take Cowboys like nothing, Ron.
All right.
Later, bro.
Bye. You know, when it comes to betting, I know you guys think that you're being manly and that's showing your machismo and how, loyal and dedicated you are. But no, you look like a moron. Betting on a losing team makes you look like a moron. It doesn't make you look like some loyal, dedicated, all-in fan. It makes you look like a dumbass. Everybody knows the Cowboys suck. It's not a debate. They suck. Dak Prescott has sucked for years. Well, not sucked, but mediocre for years. Okay? Nothing's changed. The Cowboys have done nothing in the last 10 years to show anything except who they are, a mediocre football team. And you idiots still bet with your heart instead of common sense, and you look like a dumbass. You don't look big and bad and tough and, loyal and dedicated. You look like an idiot. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Rome in 2 weeks. The Raiders versus the Cowboys. A showdown. Worst team in the NFL. It's going to go down. It might be the worst team in the NFL. You might be right about that. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome. I just want to know, can you ask them Cowboy fans if they still them boys? The real problem with the Cowboys is this. Is they suck, but they're always hyped. It's a hype machine. Jerry Jones is a hype machine that's got all of the fans believing that every single year they have a shot to win the Super Bowl. The Cowboys have not had a legitimate shot to win a Super Bowl since they won the Super Bowl. Okay? And how long ago was that? I mean, they're not good. They're mediocre at best. They're not the worst team in the NFL, although if the Raiders beat them, they might be. But they're not the worst team in the NFL, but they're just a mediocre team. But they're treated like they're, like they're top tier. And that's what Jerry Jones does. And not only does he convince all of his fans that they're top tier, he's got so much pull with all of this media that he's got all of the media saying they're top tier. Troy Aikman last night literally said, what did he say? They're terrible. They're a mediocre team at best or something like that. They're not good. They're not even close to being a winning. And then they just traded for, I just heard they traded with Cincinnati for some defensive lineman. You had the best defensive lineman in the league. And now you're just what? I mean, I don't even know what to say about them anymore. They're awful. The organization is awful. And the sooner these delusional Cowboy fans understand that, the sooner we can stop dealing with these idiots. I know you guys are working with them right now, driving you crazy, huh? It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Hey, Rome, it's Klaus. The Cowboys are finalizing a trade with the Bengals for linebacker Logan Wilson, but they still suck. Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would you... You're going to get a defensive player and you let one of the best go? I mean, what kind of stupid is that? We'll let the best defensive player go and get one who's not quite as good. I mean, I don't... What? Yeah, that's... The embarrassing part is these Cowboy fans are so damn stupid. Let me rephrase that. They're so damn delusional. Like, they really believe. And you can't, even when you show them common sense, and I don't know what they see. What do Cowboy fans see when they watch a game? You know, because what I saw last night was a mediocre team who's 3-5 and won. They got a tie. Dak Prescott missed a bunch of passes. The line couldn't hold anybody. Your receivers act like idiots. I mean, they're good, great receivers, but they act like dumbasses. And you got beat by the Cardinals with their second string quarterback. It was pretty embarrassing. RD42547. Rome, after the game, Jerry Jones was saying that there's already a big trade set up for today. Curious to see what it's going to look like. Oh, somebody just told us they're getting the guy from Cincinnati, the linebacker, Logan Wilson from Cincinnati. So, once again, there's you want to know how, you don't want to know what the Cowboys could do to be better. I don't even know. I don't even know. Nothing. They'll just keep losing. You know, it's funny if you ever watch that. I watched part of that Cowboy, that Cowboy documentary about Jerry Jones, and they were talking about, oh, this guy from Oklahoma bought the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody was up in arms, right? And then he revamped the Cowboys into the Cowboys. Maybe it's time for somebody else to buy the Cowboys and revamp the Cowboys, because what he's doing is failing miserably. It's not even close. And what makes it worse is all of you still talk about, yeah, they're America's team. They're them boys. No, they're not. They're a joke of what they once were. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Already 42547. Yo, Rome. Dang, Rome. You going on them boys, huh? Well, yeah, but you have to understand why. At least don't be idiots. Don't be delusional. Have some common sense. And I have a few Cowboy fans in my life that are friends of mine, and they're so damn delusional. Like, they really believe, like, in their hearts of hearts, they actually believe they have a chance to win a Super Bowl every single year. They have never even come close. You know what I'm saying? Even Raider fans will go, you know what? We're not that good. You know, I ran into a buddy of mine who's a Raider fan on Sunday, and he goes, we were at the bar, and he's like, yeah, his girl was asking about the Raider. You know, we want to go watch the Raider game. He's like, no, the Raiders suck. You know, I'd rather watch NASCAR. Which, at least you're being honest with yourself about what's going on, okay? And Cowboy fans can't do that. And for some reason, they believe that makes them more loyal and dedicated and more manly. To be delusional idiots. When has that ever made you more manly to be a delusional idiot? You look like a fool when you talk about the Cowboys. And Jerry Jones has a cult. I mean, literally, he started a cult with this Cowboy fan base. I mean, they drinking the Kool-Aid. And they all come across as delusional dumbasses. And you guys all know what I'm talking about because you're working with them right now. What's your coworker who a Cowboy fan right now saying? Probably making up some excuse. Oh man, the reason they lost because it was Monday Night Football. You know Monday Night Football. You know they just can't play on Monday Night Football. You know Mondays, right? Who wants to work on a Monday? And that's probably what they're saying because they're that delusional. Just be honest with yourself. You're not America's team anymore. Okay, you're not good. And this is what makes it worse. Because I was around when the Cowboys were dominant. When the Cowboys, the Niners, the Steelers, when they were dominant, right? Amazing. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, the playmaker. I mean, these guys had a real team and played like a real team. And now they're an embarrassment to themselves because they were once so great. And they're you're not great anymore. But you're trying to tell us or convince everybody that you're still great. You're not. You haven't been great in 3 decades. But you're trying to ride a reputation, and it's embarrassing. And everybody sees it but you. That's embarrassing. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome, the Raiders should trade for a quarterback. But then again, there's no hope for them. Well, the Raiders. Well, you got a dated coach. I mean, the Raiders were going to fail from the beginning. The coach is old. He's out of date. That was the stupidest hire you could have gotten. And then to go Geno Smith? I mean, just bad decisions all around for them. Romeo, it's out 94.1. Out 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What's going on?
Good morning, Romeo. Raider Rob here.
What up, Rob?
What's up, brother? Yeah, you keep telling them Cowboy fans. Tell them all, man. That's all I got to say. And go Raiders!
Okay. All right, Raider Rob, get out of here. Don't the Cowboys and the Raiders play next week? 2 weeks out. The Cowboys got to play. Well, at least the Cowboys can't lose this week. Hey, Roman's Class again. You should make a song about the Cowboys, just like the ones you have for the Raiders. So when them boys lose, nah. Cowboy fans are in their own delusional little world. I don't want to, I feel sorry for Cowboy fans. They're embarrassing. They embarrass themselves enough without me needing to make a song about them. Hey, what up, Rome? I'm a Cowboy fan, and I know we suck. And yes, we can be delusional, but we're fans. That's the whole point of being a real fan and not being a bandwagon fan. No, it's not. What do you want? What do you want us to do? Jump ship and start cheering on the Chiefs? We hate it, but watching the game and hope for the best. No, what you just said is stupid. Oh, nobody said jump ship, but have some common sense with what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. Delusion is delusion's a state of insanity. Delusion's a state of dumbassness. Okay. When you're delusional, you believe something that isn't true. So that makes you a real fan, believing something that isn't true? No, it makes you an idiot is what it does. Okay? You could understand, you could be a fan of your team. You could support them every day. You could wear your whatever to the games and watch them and all that. But you have to have some common sense that, you know what, you're not going to win this game. I thought you were going to win Monday Night Football, to be honest with you. Cardinals suck, especially without their starting quarterback. But apparently they don't. Apparently you're worse. I don't think you understand the definition of delusional. Already 42547-7. Keep rooting for your team. But understand, you're a mediocre football team. You're not going to the Super Bowl, okay? So stop saying it. You guys will be lucky if you even make a playoff game. Just understand what you're doing. You're going to go bet. How many dumbass Cowboy fans are going to bet on their team, put their hard-earned money on their team under this idea of, I'm a real fan. Look how manly I am. I could give you my money. No, you're a delusional idiot is what you are, because the Cowboys are not going to win that game. But yet, for some reason, you're crazy. And it's cult-like. I've always said this. Cowboy fans are cult-like. Okay? And everybody knows how crazy you got to be or delusional you got to be in a cult. But they try to make it sound like they're the best fans in the world. They're the most loyal. They're the most dedicated. No, you're delusional idiots. Being loyal and dedicated is far different from actually believing what's not really happening. Romeo, it's on 94.1. 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
So, I'm not super into football, but yeah, the Cowboys do suck. And I hate saying that because my husband is a dedicated fan. I'm a fan by association, just like I'm a fan by association for the Raiders because my husband's been a lifelong fan.
Okay.
And we named our son after Micah Parsons, and he got traded, and we were like, oh, we got to change his name now.
Oh, my God. Why would you...
Micah Parsons is a good name. Micah is a good name.
Well, the name's fine, but why would you do that? What is wrong with you?
It has a biblical meaning, too.
Oh, well, tell people that.
I know, right? After all this mishap, yesterday we thought we were going to win it. Whoop.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Nope.
Oh, you're just as bad as your husband. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, too. Damn.
I don't even know at this point.
All right. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, let's go. Oh, jeez. All right, 842-547-7. You know what a Cowboy fan is like? A Cowboy fan is your buddy, is that dude that his girl's cheating on him with everybody, and you keep telling him, you show him video evidence, and he still believes her. That's your typical Cowboy fan. They are that delusionally dumb. It's Romeo. It's on 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Rome, it's Viking Chris, brother. I gotta keep calling every day now.
Chris, gosh. No, don't call. You don't need to call every day.
Hey, but out them Cowboy fans, man, we gotta have them boys around so we have somebody to laugh at every week, though, right?
No, because I wish I was a psychologist so I could explain, or a therapist so I can explain how deeply rooted delusional these Cowboy fans are, and they really are screwed up in the head. I mean, like, they really believe it. They really believe that they're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
You know, they really do, but we got the media to blame because they pump that stuff in their heads, and then they're not smart enough, because they're probably like 70 IQ individuals, they just don't know the difference.
I don't know. I don't even know how anybody could be that stupid. I don't know how anybody could be so weak-minded that they believe Jerry Jones every year. I don't know. I'm not a weak-minded individual, so I have no clue. And how could there be so many of them?
Oh, my goodness, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what I don't know. They're just, my God, I'd like to meet one. Well, Ruben does. At least Ruben isn't an idiot. But, wow.
There's a few far in between. You never know.
All right, man, get out of here. I don't understand it. I mean, Cowboy fans have no common sense, even when their own eyes are watching what's happening. They still don't believe it. And that's scary. I mean, look at the last girl that just called. I mean, she was laughing and joking about it, but yeah, she's part of the cult. And you know what cult? You know what happens with cults? Somebody's got to do a welfare check on these Cowboy fans. Because, man, they really need to understand your team is not good. They're mediocre. But if you truly believe they are the best team in the NFL, boy, I feel sorry for you. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. Hey, Rome. I've been a Cowboy fan since birth. I'm in my 50s. Cowboys suck ass. Bye. Well, they don't suck. They can usually beat the bad teams in the NFL. They're mediocre. The problem is not that they're mediocre. The problem is all these Cowboy fans believe that you're better than you really are. That's the problem. And you guys sound like idiots, and you're embarrassing yourselves when you talk about them. Remember when 2 weeks ago, Dak Prescott was an MVP candidate? Oh my God. The media is even worse. I don't know how much money Jerry Jones spends with Fox or ESPN, or how he's got all these sports media people, talking all of these great things about the Cowboys. I don't know how every year. I don't know how he does it. I mean, Dak will never be an MVP. He's not even close. The only one who ever says anything honest about the Cowboys is Troy Aikman. And, of course, we all know he can, Even Tony Romo doesn't say anything bad about the Cowboys. He might still be getting paid by him. I mean, the Cowboys are like the Al Bundy of the NFL. They're living off that one game versus Polk High. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, morning, bro. I just heard, it's me, Angel, man. I heard about them Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know what they're living on, bro? When it was 1995, when it was the Cowboys versus the Bills, and the Cowboys went undefeated. They didn't lose not one game, and they won the Super Bowl. I think I was like 14, and then they went back to back, and then that's when they caught Emmitt Smith smoking crack. I don't know if you remember.
Oh no, I think your facts are a little off there, Angel, but okay. The Cowboys never went undefeated. The only team that ever went undefeated was the 95 Bears. That's the Bears. Yeah, the Bears went undefeated in 95. Or 85. No, maybe it was the 80. No. The only team that went undefeated was the 72 Dolphins.
They didn't lose not one game, right, Ro?
Yeah, but the Cowboys have never done that. They've won. You're right about the Super Bowls. You're right. 95 is the Super Bowls. You might be right about that. But and Emmitt Smith was smoking crack.
Yeah, he was smoking crack. Matter of fact, one of my old acquaintances was selling to him. We were like, "Who's this dude?" He's like, "Some 22 dude, Emmitt Smith." We were kids.
Really?
Yeah, and he was coming to LA buying bricks of it. I mean, money was no option.
Are you sure about that? Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you, Angel.
You know what I'm gonna do, Rom? I'm gonna look for one of these old pictures. I'm on my way to work, man.
Okay, all right, Angel. Later, man. Yeah. Okay. The Bears, the 85 Bears, did not go undefeated. They were just dominant. It was the 72 Dolphins, right? That's the only team to go undefeated, I think. Hey, Rome, do you think Jerry Jones is the next Al Davis on how to run their team? I think. What did Al Davis really run his team into the ground? I mean, Al Davis gets that rap. But it's been so long since Al Davis has run the Raiders, I'm not totally sure. I think Jerry Jones is worse than Al Davis, to be perfectly honest with you. But I don't know. Somebody's going to have to call me and let me know if the Raider fans if Al Davis actually ruined the Raiders. Jerry Jones is ruining the Cowboys, 100%. Already 42547-7, but I don't know if Al Davis ruined the Raiders. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. Yo, Rome, the Dolphins are the only undefeated team, not the Bears, you dumbass. Yeah, I corrected myself. That just shows how pathetic your life is. I corrected myself to say that. So, 72 Dolphins, Mike Irvin was smoking crack. Oh, Mike Irvin was smoking crack. It wasn't. Okay, but so I said Angel had some crazy Angel might not remember everything correctly, okay? Yes, he did run the team into the ground, but before that, Al was the man. Did Al really run the team into the ground? The Arizona Cardinals are 3-10 playing on Monday Night Football in franchise history. All 3 wins have come against the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, wow. That sounds about right. Romeo outside 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Romeo, on behalf of the Raiders, I don't think it's Davis' fault because, after all, his famous words were just win. So we already had problems before he got there, and all he could tell us was, just win, baby.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember Al Davis, actually. So, all right.
And I think Angel forgot rule number 1 of the trapping. Don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah, Angel was a little confused, but
Sounds like Angel's been dipping into the stash himself.
Angel's lived a long life.
It sounds like it. All right.
Angel's lived a very exciting lifestyle. Good morning, Nat. What's going on?
Hey, what up, Rome? This is Seahawk Lou.
What up, Lou?
Hey, who did Angel say that? Who was smoking crack?
Angel said it was Emmitt Smith, but I think it was Michael Irvin.
Oh, yeah. My God, man.
We cut Angel some slack. Angel's had a full life, bro. Angel's done a lot. Angel gets a little bit of slack when he calls in with his information because, Angel's done a lot.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure he was the one smoking crack during that NFL season.
I don't know. All
right.
I don't think Angel's done a lot, but we love Angel. Oh, Angel's good. Angel's a cool guy for everybody who doesn't know. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, hey, Rome, for a lot of years, Al was already too old, and he was still picking all the picks in the draft. All those years, he missed on 99% of the draft picks, and he was the one who drafted Jamarcus Russell and paid him a lot of money. That's what caused the rookie QB payment scale. Oh, okay. So he did make some bad decisions. Okay. But... okay. All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Let's talk about tracking. Now with these phones and these apps, you can track anybody, anywhere. Almost, wow, it's incredible. Is it Live 360 or 360 something? Or where you can, it's amazing how pinpoint you could track somebody now with one of these phones. And before you used to have to put a tracking device and some nonsense hidden in the car, AirPad, whatever, or what are they called? Air somethings. But now the cars can be tracked. So I understand you tracking your kids. Okay, I get that. You want to make sure they're safe. You want to know where they're at. What about your spouse? I was sitting at lunch the other day with a couple of guys. One of them's not really. I wouldn't call him. I know he's an acquaintance, not a friend, but I only see him a little. I don't see him all the time. And he was trying to show me he bought some new car, and apparently he was showing me the app. And it was a. He goes, look, I can tell you exactly where the car is. Look at it. And I was looking at it, and it's his wife's car. It's not his car. And it's driving down the road. He's like. All of a sudden, he wants to know why his wife is driving down the road and not at work where the car's supposed to be, apparently. So now he gets up, walks out, obviously calling his wife. Well, how common is it that you guys track your spouses? I get the kids, right? I mean, we got a whole lot of problems with you people. We've had the conversations about putting cameras inside your home, which I think is creepy. And I think that's a little insecure and psychotic because you're trying to pay it. Look at your family? But now you're tracking your spouse? I mean, under what guise? To be safe? You want your spouse to be safe, so tracking her is the way to do it? People, I just to let you guys know, husbands and wives have lived for decades safely without being tracked by their husband or wife or their partner, whoever. Is this just common now? Is this an acceptable part of society now that you're tracking your spouse? I don't know. It sure seems like it. I seem to meet more and more people that their norm is is being able to look on their phone and see where their wife is, or where their husband is, or where their partner is, whoever that may be. That is not normal to me. That's a level of crazy and insecurity and jealousy and under this guise of safety. What are you going to do? Let me ask you that question. And this is why I say this. What are you going to do? How are you keeping your spouse safer by knowing where they are? You're not close enough to help them, I'm guessing. I mean, how does that really work? You know? RD42547, but wow, I didn't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it appears that the new norm now is for you guys to track each other under this idea of not insecurity and jealousy, but this idea of being safe. I want to know where you're at for your safety. Who's buying that? RD42547. It's Romeo inside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Now, what I don't get is this tracking your spouse, tracking your partner. You know, you guys, it seems to be becoming more and more normal. The more and more people I talk to about this, my own friends, the more and more they have tracking, or they have some sort of app to know where their spouse is all the time. They just open an app. You know, some use a car, some use it under the guise of a car. But what is wrong with you people? Why is that becoming so normalized? That's insecurity, that's jealousy. That's just, you don't need to know where somebody is 100% of the time. I mean, what kind of insecurity do you have to have? I mean, it's crazy to me. RD42547. Good morning, what's going on?
You know, well, I think it's more of you tracking the vehicle. Like, what if she gets robbed or, you know, get carjacked or anything? You know, you might want to just find out where the vehicle is at. But tracking your spouse, if you got to track your spouse, you don't need to be with that person. But they don't need to be with you.
Yeah, I see exactly, and you're exactly right. But I don't think that, I think these people are using the justification of safety, or like you say, finding the vehicle or whatever, as opposed to you're tracking your spouse. Because you can find the vehicle. You don't need to, they'll find the vehicle with, you don't need to have an app that shows exactly where your spouse is in the car.
That's true. That's just probably some type of insecurity that they have, you know? Where, I mean, if somebody's going to take her, they're going to take her.
Yeah, exactly. By the time you figure it out, it already happened. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. And I ain't talking about like stealing. I mean, if somebody wants your wife and she want to give herself away, then she's going to go. You know, a tracker's not going to stop that from happening.
Exactly. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're exactly right. I don't get it. But it's becoming more normal, I think. I think it's becoming more normal. All right.
If I gotta track you, I don't want you.
That's a great way to think about it. Hey, thanks for calling.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
I don't get it. I mean, I know you guys are trying to justify this whole tracking your spouse thing in some positive light, like you're doing it because you care. You don't. You're doing it because you're insecure and you're jealous. I don't even understand it. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So I have a couple of friends recently, just last few days. I noticed they were showing me these devices. One of them bought a car. He can see where his wife's car is any moment of the day. And he actually showed me the app while we were having lunch. And the car wasn't where he thought it was supposed to be. So he goes and calls his wife. I'm like, okay, you did not care. You know, and it wasn't, and I know what you guys are thinking, well, maybe you thought the car got stolen. No, that's not what happened. And then I've talked to another friend of mine. They got tracking devices, just like you track your kids. But you guys are tracking your spouses, your partners. You're tracking another grown adult under this idea that, for some reason it's for their safety. That doesn't make no sense. Alrighty, 42547 Romeo. One of my really good friends downloaded it for her kids, but it was really to keep track of her husband. And I was telling my boyfriend that if we ever get to that point, we got to call it quits or have a serious conversation, because that is fully about no trust. That has nothing to do with worrying about their safety. Anybody that believes that is completely lying to themselves. 911 is faster than pulling up an app and finding the location. That's absolutely right. That's a great point. What are you going to do? And they're not safe? I mean, that's just... Yeah, I don't... Yeah. I don't know what to say about it. That's wild. Already 42547, but it does seem to be more normalized in relationships today that people are tracking each other. I mean, maybe human beings are becoming more insecure with themselves, and so they have to feel that makes them feel better about themselves. Maybe they're insecure. I mean, are human beings less insecure or more insecure now? Is social media and live tracking making you less secure about your life and about your relationship? Romeo, it's Oddity 4.1. Oddity 4.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, so tracking your spouse, tracking your partner, right? Tracking the person you supposedly love, trust, and committed your life to is becoming more normalized now. And I don't know why. Already 42547 Rome, no. That takes over your life. That's crazy. If you have to do all that tracking, there's no trust in the relationship. That's doing too much. I mean, but the people that do it try to justify it by saying, "Oh no, I'm just doing it because I want to make sure they're safe. I want to know where they're at so that if anything happens, I want to." And yeah, what are you gonna do? Like right now, if something happened to your spouse, what are you gonna do? By the time you even figure it out and or get there, you done. It's over with. Whatever happened. All right, 842-547. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
The reason why it's so normal to track people these days is because cheating has become normal, and so everybody cheats. They don't care. So,
but let me ask you this question, and I'll go with you. Okay, I'll go with you on that. Cheating's become normal. Okay, I'll go with your logic. Then wouldn't you want to? Why would you care and not just leave? What do you think you're going to prevent from tracking? Do you mean you're going to catch them cheating, or what does tracking do? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I was thinking the other way.
And then they get it recorded and put it on TikTok and then become famous, make money and all that, you know?
Okay. Dang.
That's all it is. Everybody wants to put their drama online so they can become famous, and it's like, keep it quiet. Now it's normal to just put everything out there.
Then they get mad when somebody criticizes them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I see why you're going. I see why you would track so you could catch somebody cheating. Okay.
Yeah, because guys are always like, "What are you talking about? You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about." Oh, I'll show you I'm crazy. Let me track you, catch you cheating, bro.
Hot 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So this this tracking your spouse now has become more normalized. Like it's a thing. All right, 842-547 Rome. Should you track your friends? My niece and her friends track each other. I wouldn't. I think that's ridiculous. But I guess it matters on how you grew up, okay? On whether you want people to know where you're at or not, right? All right, 842-547. Yo, Rome ex-girlfriend wanted me to give her my location. I was like, what the heck, for what? It sparked arguments multiple times. Part of the reason why it ended, my partner will know where I'm at with or without my location. So forget all that. I ain't no little kid. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't even need to ask permission. I'm going to tell you where I'm going. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to buy. I ain't going to ask you if I can. Forget all that. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think that grown people don't need to ask permission. I'm not, but when you say something like that, it sounds disrespectful. But that's not it at all. You can't sit here and say, I need to know where you're at all the time out of respect. No, I don't need to tell you where I'm at. I could tell you where I'm going. And if that's not enough for you, then, that's on you. So I don't get it. But it's just becoming more normalized. It's so ridiculous. I think the human race is just becoming so insecure because of social media. And that's when you say, these kids track each other is because they're so insecure that they want to know. They don't want to miss out. They want to know what everybody's doing, where they're at. I mean, that is just, it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. RD42547. Yo, Rome. So they can know exactly what, they can say all they want, Rome. It's exactly what you're saying. They're insecure. It ain't nothing about tracking or a car, nothing about it. They're trying to find out if they're cheating or not, plain and simple. I guarantee, humans are becoming more insecure. It's unhealthy. It's truly unhealthy. I mean, remember back in the day, I'm going to tell you, my grandma didn't even know where my grandfather worked. Never saw his office till the day he retired. They didn't talk to each other for 8 hours. They didn't talk to each other. Okay, that is healthy. It's unhealthy to know somebody's whereabouts every moment of the day or be able to contact them every second of the day. That's unhealthy. All right, 842-547-7, but it's becoming normal. It's becoming normal. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So I'm noticing more and more it's becoming more normalized for people to track their spouses or track their partners or know where they're at. Have an app, a location finder on, all that stuff, which there's no legitimate reason for it. There's no real justification for it other than you're an insecure human person. I mean, that's all it comes down to. It seems like people are becoming more and more insecure in their lives due to these phones. Oh, I want to know what's going on. I don't want to miss out. I got to, I don't trust that person. I don't trust this person. Where are they? It makes me feel better to know where they are. Well, no. That makes you insecure and jealous is what it does. And that's kind of scary if you really think about it. If you have to live your life that way. Already 42547 Rome. Girls won't share location with their man and make it seem like we being insecure, but turn around and share the location with all their friends. So what's the difference? Well, I don't know about that. If that's a different conversation, I believe. If they're not sharing it with their man, but they're sharing it with their friends, then you probably are with the wrong woman. I mean, so the difference is she's a cheater and doesn't want you to know about it. So yeah, that's different than kind of what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's a different thing. If somebody is sharing their location with somebody else other than their spouse, or if somebody's sharing a location with other people and not their spouse, then you got bigger fish to fry. It's time to let her go or let him go. That's something. That is something else. Already 42547. Yo, Rome. All that because nowadays there's no loyalty in today's relationships. Men and women aren't loyal like they used to be. It's the same thing with Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. If your spouse has that and you don't look at it, who knows who he or she is communicating with on the app? Okay. Yeah, I agree with all of that. I agree with everything you guys are saying, but let me ask you a question. If you have to be with somebody that you got to monitor because you're concerned about cheating or you're concerned about loyalty, why would you be with that person? I guess that's where I'm kind of having the miscommunication with this conversation. If I don't trust you, so I have to follow you to either catch you or to try to prevent you, then I don't need to be with you. There are still people out there that want to be with you, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. This social media and this stuff has all become a drug, and they're so addicted to it that it's driven them to do druggy-like activities, insecurities, jitterness. I mean, these phones have taken over your husband or wife's lives, even though you thought they never would, and they have. Why wouldn't you just not want to be with that person? You're doing too much. You're doing way too much. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, you were talking about you'd never be tracked, and you ain't gonna ask permission. That's why you can't get no girl. It's all about communication and a compromise. No, it's not. You're a grown adult. A grown adult doesn't have to ask permission for anything. But when I say that doesn't mean you just start dictating what you're going to do. But you don't have to ask permission. I would never ask permission. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. We're talking about tracking your spouse or locations, right? That just seems, as an adult, and it seems so unreasonable. It just shows how humans are becoming more insecure in their lives. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Yeah, you're talking about the sharing locations?
Yeah.
I think it's more like a safety thing because me and my girl, we share locations just mainly for safety concerns, Something were to happen to her, like she got in a car accident, I just check her location, see what's going on, I don't really see it as like I need to see what she's at all the time. I just have it there for you're justifying it to make it feel like you're not insecure or jealous. Yeah, I don't really check it. I just have it. I give my location to a lot of people, really. It's mainly like a safety thing. If I get in a car accident,
So if you get in a car accident, how does that app help you be safer?
So we have Life 360. That app actually notifies the partner if the phone comes to a complete abrupt stop.
Okay. So what? How is that? How is your partner safer because of that app?
I can call the ambulance, tell their location where she's at.
Okay. Because an ambulance won't be called. Nobody that's there on the scene is going to do anything. It's all up to you.
I can go to the scene too. I can go check it out if it's not too far.
Okay. If it's not too far. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. Remember what I said? I just said, how are you safer? You're not. You're not safer. Okay. These location apps following tracking your partner, it does not make them safer. It makes you feel better about your own insecurities, whatever those insecurities may be. The problem is these phones, these apps, they're making you more of an insecure human being. That's what it is. And jealousy, well, I guess that comes along with the territory now. It's on 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, all right. Hey, Rome, let's see. Hey, Rome, I think the 360 Live is good for old folks. I've saved my husband's life. He had gotten in an accident. It alerted the whole family. We were able to get there same time the ambulance did. Showed us that actual location. If your phone drops really hard, it alerts you that some kind of impact happened. So sometimes it's good to have it. Well, how did you save their life? You called the ambulance? Is that what happened? Or the phone called the ambulance? You see what I'm saying? So you got there the same time as the ambulance. You're going to have to explain that one to me. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
What's up, Ron? We talking about the tracking our females and all that junk, man?
Yeah. What's up, man?
All right, so let me real quickly, man. What I believe, man, is if you putting it down, man. Well, no, look. Let me restate it. The reason why these guys are doing that is because they probably haven't satisfied their woman, man. Let's be real here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you're doing a good job in the bed, man, you ain't got to worry about it. You talking to somebody else. You know what I mean? I've been with my old lady 10 years, man. I ain't never had to track her. She she don't do that to me neither, man. I mean, it's all about, it's all about what you're doing for her. If you ain't doing it right, man, then there's something going wrong in the house. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. All right.
I mean, you just gotta have the juice, man. You got the juice. You ain't gotta worry. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, man.
You have a good
Thanks
day,
for
man.
calling. Later. And I'll expand that a little bit because he's just talking about sex. But if you're doing for your spouse, and then you don't have to worry about it, whether it's sex or communication or whatever it is that gets them, that keeps them loyal. Okay? That's the thing. You guys are over here blaming society for loyalty and devotion and cheating when, okay, part of it is society. Part of it's also you being insecure and having to track your spouse. Or you not living up to your end of the bargain in the relationship. And so your insecurities now lead you right to your phone app that's going to show where your spouse is to make sure nothing's going wrong. Okay? So, I mean, the last person that said maybe they saved their husband's life or whatever because of the app of an emergency situation, just like the last guy. Okay, maybe that's true. Maybe that, but I don't think that's as true as much as you want to believe it to be true. I think it's more of humans are becoming so insecure with themselves, with other people, that they need to follow them on an app to make sure that they're not being whatever it is they don't want to be. Sorry, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. You talking about the tracking apps or the locations, right? Why are you tracking another adult, your spouse? That's becoming more and more normal. And to me, that shows your insecurity. That means humans are getting more and more insecure about their relationships and probably with themselves. If that's what you have to do, follow somebody all the time or know where they're at all the time. You know? That's a little, that's crazy to me. Just crazy. Already 42547 Hey, Romeo, you talking about the location apps or the tracking apps. It's funny. My grandparents track each other because my grandmother wants to know where my grandfather is in the house sometimes. She can't find him, so she goes to her phone to see where he's at. That man don't ever leave the house, but she wants to know where he is. That's funny. Already 42547. Hey, Rome, why would I give my location to a woman? If I'm a cheat, I'm a cheat. If you don't trust me, that's your fault, not mine. If I tell you where I'm going and what time I'm going to be home and you don't believe me, that's your problem, not mine. And if I do give you my location, I'm just going to leave my phone in our mailbox so you don't have to worry about me because my phone is at home. Fair enough. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome. My man calls me all hours of the day while he's at work, especially if I take a day off. He can't reach me on the phone. He'll check the cameras to see where I'm at, if I'm home or not, and then tell me I'm trying to call you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. That's the point. I mean, what kind of relationship are you in if you're tracking each other? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just shows. I think in general, human beings are becoming more and more insecure with their lives, with themselves, with their relation. I think one of the major issues with these cell phones and with these apps and with these social medias is that they're making you more and more insecure. So you can't live a full life. You're living an insecure life. Now, there's also the jealousy parts of it, which are, it's always going to be there. But yeah, I think it's just making you more, it's causing you more and more mental health issues. Is that what I would say? Is that how you would put it? What is insecurity? Is that a mental health issue or is that that's a problem. It's a problem for people to be insecure. You want to be confident. You want to feel good. You want to feel positive. Insecurities do not allow that. So, already 42547. Let me see this real quick. The 360 alerts you and lets you know There's been an impact, and if you need an emergency assistance, you can push yes, so it calls 911 for you. My husband likes to go to mountains, not very much traffic out there, so we all pushed yes. Okay. I mean, I would say, okay, I'll give you that 1%. I mean, 99%, I don't think that. I think 99% of people will say that, what you just told me, will say that's their reasoning for safety. But I don't think it is. I think you're an outlier for that happening, to be honest with you. RD4254777. I think it just comes right back to insecurity. You people are more insecure today because of what's going on your phones. Remember when you just had to know? Like, remember when your kids would leave? Or remember when you were young and you just leave for the day? Your parents didn't know where you at, or your husband would just go to work, your wife would just go to work for 8-9 hours, and you talk to them when they got home. I mean, people were more secure in their lives. They didn't have to monitor and check and worry, or they didn't worry. Yeah. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Alrighty, 4254777. What'd you send me here? What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome, I think it's the same with the guys that are tracking the women, or the same guys that have that have probably never satisfied them, and that it's why they are so insecure. Me and my old lady, she could do whatever she wants. She knows she could do whatever she wants. She knows what she got at home, and she knows she's going to lose when she messes up. I don't got a tracker. I don't even got her location on my device, nor does she nor does she. I drive truck. Okay, what? I got to figure this one out, what he's saying. I drive truck. I'm gone for a long time, and she doesn't never have to worry. It's all about trust, man. If you're... Okay. All right. Sorry, I just called. Siri messed up my message. Yeah, I messed it all up. But you're right. What you're saying is correct, though. Okay? Hey, Rome. Let's see. Hey, Rome. They use those apps to learn their partner, so they can sneak on them and learn how much time they'll have to be sneaky, who are being sneaky with it because their partner is fast. I have a homegirl who used to do that for her boyfriend. I don't know what you just said. I don't know what that just meant, right, to be honest with you. But bottom line is, I think that 99% of you try to say you're using these trackers or locations to follow your spouse, know where they are, and you say, oh, it's for safety purposes. No, it's because you're insecure. Maybe you're jealous. Maybe you're insecure about I don't know what. But it seems to me that human beings are getting more and more insecure every day because of these phones. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley's Romeo, RD4254777. When it comes to tracking your spouse, it's becoming more and more normalized. And I think that's crazy, man. That's insecurity. That's just nuts that you guys are doing that. RD4254777. Hey, Rome, you were talking about tracking your spouse, and it's not for safety purposes. Well, if we're tracking our kids for safety, what's the difference? The difference is kids are naive. Kids do stupid things. Kids get involved in stuff sometimes that they don't realize what they're doing, okay? So as a parent, obviously, if you have some way to know where your kids are, then you're going to feel more comfortable in your life, okay? Because kids do stupid. Now, you're married to an adult. Your spouse is an adult. Your spouse is somebody who can take care of themselves. Your spouse should know better, okay? They're not the same, okay? So that's why. That's why I can say that. Because you're tracking your kids because kids do dumb things. You're tracking your spouse because you're insecure. RD4254-7-7. No, Romeo. The guys tracking their females saying it's for safety purposes are the same guys that forgive and take their girl back once they catch them cheating. There you go. So you're saying they're Cowboy fans. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo, hey, Rome, I think you need to relax a little bit on some of these people when you talk about them following or tracking their spouse out of insecurity or jealousy. Now, I understand jealousy, but when you talk about insecurity, you should realize some people don't know the difference anymore. They may not even know they're being insecure because they've never not lived without tracking or location. Okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe they just don't know that they're insecure because they've always grown up with this or lived with this. They don't know the difference between walking out of the house and not knowing where, not having to just take your spouse's word for it. That used to be a thing. Your spouse was leaving, you had to take their word for it. You didn't know if they were coming home or not. But I get it. Okay. Hey, Rome, I just started listening to your show right now. My kid's been sick this whole entire month. Anywho, I track my kids, my husband, my kids track me to see where I'm at. I don't know. We're just all happy doing that. Oh, actually, I don't know. Maybe except for my husband giving out any tickets. I haven't won it. All right. Hey, Rome, let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to say this about the person that texted earlier. Maybe you're right. Maybe they just don't know the difference between being secure enough when your spouse walks out of that house and you have to trust them for what they told you versus technology today allows you to double check. I guess if you don't know the difference, maybe you don't know you're insecure. Maybe she's right. Anyway, all right. Throw me outside 94.1.